Last time I welded, I left the gas on, and now my tank is empty, so I can't weld today. Bleep. Welcome back. Okay, remember when we talked about the, oh, I dropped it. Remember I talked about the fuel lines and stuff? Okay, so we got some stuff in the mail. So I'm really surprised it came so quickly. I actually got it, I think, on a Wednesday, like 3 days after I ordered it. It turns out it came from the California office or warehouse or whatever. There's my new filler tank line. Very excited. All right, and you can see it is super more pliable. It's easier to install, super easier to install. All right, we went to the hardware store and we got the other hose. I think we only need a foot of it. We're gonna put that on too. We also reviewed that I got the sunroof drain hose. Got that from Home Depot. All right, reviewed all of that. Also ordered some bags for the back of my seats that came in. They might be too big, I don't know, but they'll hold something back there, I'm sure. But I ordered one for each side. I don't know what we'll do. You know, if they're mole, whatever, mole, M-O-L, whatever. And then quick stop drops and open ups, and looks like they'll hold a good amount of stuff. I can see like my entire, like my toothbrush kit or something being in this one right here, like my cleanup kit, whatever. You can also see changes of clothes going in these, like clean t-shirts and stuff, so that I have my clothes there in the truck with me when I'm ready to change. I haven't sorted out how I'm gonna do all that. I know I want another bag. I know I usually have a bug out bag with me and I stuff all my clothes in it. It's got my knives hooked on it, and if I go out on a hike, I can just pull that on. Not sure I wanna just get another hiking bag. I don't know. One of those. Also got a new gas cap. So got that too. It came in from the other site. So all nice and gassy, I guess. I don't know what the button's for. Anyway, fuel may spray, cause injury. That's kind of Chinese there. Where's this made? Oh, Hecho in Israel. That's made in Israel. How about that? It's a Gates. Oh, dropped it. I bet I didn't break it. Hope it. No, it survived. Yeah. Woo. All right, cool. All right. Today we're going to be working on the welding bits under the passenger side wheel well, and let's do some investigation. All right, it's gonna be pretty ambitious to get all of this done today, but let's see what we've got ahead of us. Okay, so I've got these two holes, and as you can see, my fingers are right behind them, so they're on the outside of the vehicle. So I don't need to fix them. My brain says fix them though. So I'm going to weld a little patch over each of those, and then come in from behind and put seam sealer all on the back of that. So water that does get inside the truck, like from up here, will come down here and won't go back much. Won't go back into the patch. Let's see if I'm happy with that when I get closer to doing it. Probably the right way to do it is to cut out little holes and then weld a piece where it goes all the way around it, where it's sealed both sides. I'll think about it. All right. Also in here is this little hole. I'm not gonna fix it. Doesn't need anything. No love needed there. And then on this side, over here, let me flip the light around. Let me see what we got going on over here. All right, so over here, stop. Nice. All right, over here, we've got this. I do need to cut this box out right here, see what's behind there and what's damaged. I think I know what's happening back there. I'm almost certain it's the same as the other side. This seam here seems to have some rust in it. Where's my, oh man, threw the screwdriver back in the screwdriver drawer. Okay, it seems to have some rust in it. I'm not sure seam sealer wouldn't just be the way to fix that, because I'm going to cover it all with bed liner anyway. Seam sealer's in here. You can see the white part. That's where seam sealer was before. And then we have this lovely little bit here. That's going to be an outside patch that's going to go over this section. And then I'll just bang it flat and I'll weld it around it. That's going to be that. Now, the hard part is going to be this beast up here. So we've got that monster hole to deal with. So you can see it pretty good from this side now. So that's you can see the white box around it. That's going to be what we're going to try to do. We're going to build a patch over that hole. So as you know, this is where the sunroof drain comes out. Used to come out. It's not going to come out of here anymore. I'm going to run it to the back side of the truck, over the wheel well on the inside, and then I'm going to put a drain hole right in here somewhere with a dripper where it'll go out. So this is the back side of the mud guards, primarily because that's a really hard place to fix, and I don't need a hole there. Honestly, I don't know why you would put a hole there. Mud, water, spray going up. Just because there's a tube coming out of it doesn't mean it's stopping anything from going up back in there, which is why it's rusted out in the first place. Secondarily to the fact they never put any freaking paint or primer or anything on it to start with. So that's where we stand. We're gonna try to get as much of that done today as we can. And it's going to start with some cutting of some patches. Okay, 2 1.5 by 2, safety second. Like butter. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I need a 2 by 3 and a 3 by 3.5. Take 2 seconds. Three and a half-ish. I need a 3. Come up here somewhere. Lots of patches. Rats. Okay. Last time I welded, I left the gas on. And now my tank is empty. So I can't weld today. Ah! Bleep. All right. So we're gonna do more prep. So prepping is gonna be what we're doing. All right, so I went in and I cut that piece out right there. Got that all cut back. That was harder than it looked. That is still intact. I'm super excited. There was rust there, but it was all on the piece behind this piece. So there's one piece here and then there's another piece. And anyway, so that was where the rust was. So I cleaned that off and I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna paint that with the Black Magic Don't Rust paint stuff, whatever, and call that good. Probably gonna put a couple of tack welds right across here, just where I did the cutting and some grind. I had to cut that. It got a little too deep, so I'll probably do some tack welds once I buy some gas. Anyway, all right, so then we went up and we got that, ground that off and hammered it so it's pretty flat. I'm pretty sure I could get the welder and weld the little gap here closed and weld across that little crack there and be good to go. I don't think it needs a patch, honestly. I cut a patch for it, but I'm not entirely sure it needs a patch. Cut a patch, but I don't know if it needs a patch. Thinking about that, we're gonna see. All right, this is seam. There is rust in there. This is where, this seam is where it's folded together and goes up, and you put the door, the pretty part of the door, what is that called? Where you, it's, oh, good gosh. It's that, okay, struggle bus. This stuff, that's what goes there. Who put that on there? Dumbass. Anyway, that's the seam where this is. It's got rust in it. You can see through it if you look. I have hammered it some and pounded on it some, and I think that's gonna be filled with seam sealer at this point. I could patch over the top of it with a strap just to keep it honest and keep the additional water out of it, but I'm not entirely sure that's even necessary, really. So probably a patch here, but definitely some weld to close this seam so there's no water going through it, and we'll be good to go there. All right, back to the other side where I cut my pieces. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, on this side, went through there and cut the, gotta aim up a little higher, lights, don't leave me, lights. All right, ground that all back. That's all clean steel, so I can weld those two patches over them. That's all set. Then we'll come back in between on the back side with some seam sealer and see what happens. All right, and then there's that corner piece back there that really, the more I looked at it, was like, dang it, I gotta fix that. So bummed that I have to do anything about that, but so I cut this so I could get to this rusty part. Probably not rusty too much under there, probably not rusty under here, so I cut this bad piece out so I could get it ground down, and when I cut it, I cut into the wheel well by accident. Yay me. So I'm gonna tack weld that and that. It's not actually through there, but I'm gonna fill that with some weld. I'm gonna make sure that that's all good there, and then that's just gonna get a really crap ton of paint on it. That's basically what we're gonna do. I have seam sealer and I bought some, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this seam while it's still 50 degrees outside and then let it cure tomorrow. I think it's gonna be 60 tomorrow, I don't remember. So it'll be warm enough and good enough to make that happen. So let's go get our seam sealer and get started on that. Oh, maybe the stuff's too cold to even do. Oh, there it is. Still had a little plug in the bottom of that. And we'll work it with our finger. Oh, sorry. Nice camera work. Just working it towards the crack, so hopefully it's pushing it into the crack as I push it across the seam. I can kind of tell it's doing that, so I push there, it's pushing it out at the top, so you know it's going in there. Hi-ya! Cool. All right. See if any came out through the other crack, throughout the side here. See if I squeezed enough in there. Probably didn't. I don't see it squirting out on this side. So I'm not willing to peel it apart. Oh yeah, it is, just a little bit. Okay, victory is mine. I'll keep working that for a little bit longer. I can see it squirting out on the other side, so I know that seam is full and getting fuller. Woo, that has a powerful smell to it. All right. Seam sealer good on this side. All right. Call that good. My fingers are starting to get cold. It's about below 50 now, so we are getting chilly. All right, the other thing I did while you were sleeping, no, you weren't sleeping. Unless you actually took a nap while I was doing this, which you probably didn't. But the other thing I did was, yay, new gas pipe. Poop, yeah, stop. Keep it lit, keep it lit, keep it lit. All right, got my new filler tube installed. Got all my lines hooked back up. There's one on the back side too, up here. Got it installed. And I put my cap on. So, less gas fumes in here. It was pretty smelly when I got back from the store. I had to go buy new hose clamps. I only had one, the other one had failed, busted. So I replaced it too. So that one worked. And got it, that one worked, what? So I replaced it too. And so I've got brand new ones on there. So yay me. And they look great. Here's the back side. Here's the other hose here on this side. I don't know if you can see that. It's black on black and black. So let's come back here and light it. Yay! So we got that lit. All right, so we got that one on. Got it all together. That's about it for this week, I think. I'm very disappointed in myself that I didn't shut the dang gas off. I was laying in bed that night and something in my head goes, did you shut off the gas? And I guess I didn't. And I talked to myself, so it's like, no, that's silly. You definitely turned off the gas. I remember you turning off the gas. And I had an argument with myself and I lost. So, because I had not turned off the gas. So that's awesome. So I guess I can send my son, he knows how to do it. I may send my son down on Monday to get me some gas. But this weekend is it Christmas this weekend? Anyway, holiday. Family's coming in, so there will not be any work next week. This will be the video for next week during the Christmas holiday. From the Okierover family to your family, Merry Christmas. I will have another video before the New Year, so I'll wish you a Happy New Year in that one. But that's all I got for this week. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you tuning in. Like and subscribe as I always ask. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. All right. Where is the... Oh, Lucas. Lucas sent us a note. It says, it needs a clean. Lucas, he's a nuddle.